Fabulous Cal.
Hi.
Other action figures each sold separately.
Record the purr.
Jenny, get the door. It must be Cousin Willie. Okay. Hi. What's up?
Ah, there we go. Something chill to watch. The following video is rated R and is intended for an adult audience. So if you're under 18, take a fucking hike, eh? As this video may contain adult themes and situations, strong language and opinions, good and bad advice, cannabis cultivation and consumption. So as long as you're a responsible adult, kick back, spark one up, and enjoy the show.
And clean works.
Hi everybody, Cannabeard here. How the heck are you doing today? Thank you for coming in and wasting your Friday night with me, hanging out, doing some growing stuff. Right on. It's what all the cool kids are doing anyway these days. Yeah, hi everybody. Come on in, hang out. Don't be shy, say hi. Hey, that's a good catchphrase. Don't be shy, say hi. Hi. Anyway, let's get these horrible lights off in the background here. Not horrible. They're actually pretty awesome, but they're gonna fuck the camera up a bunch. There we go. That's a little more reasonable for the moment. So Friday night, here we go. These transplanted autoflowers. It's a Northern Lights autoflower by Milo Grow Genetics, purchased through Coastal Mary Seeds. Using my name as a code, Cannabeard25. Anyway, well, I'll be up front with you and tell you what's happening. Two of them aren't doing very good. Two of the transplants just aren't looking happy, and two of them are looking pretty okay, pretty just about as expected. And then I did have two backups. So today we're going to transplant those two backups in place of this one that's like wilted and one that's gone like super yellow and patchy. I don't know what happened. Maybe the mixture that I was feeding them was wrong or something. I don't know. I'm going to go back to a more familiar feeding schedule for right now with some of the stuff that I know, like Emerald Harvest and stuff, just for this first week and a half window, while they're trying to get their roots going and stuff. I'm going to go with my sort of regular scheduled program a little bit, just to give them a bit of a better shot, because whatever I just did, only 2 of the 4 liked it. So anyway, we're going to transplant 2 of those here, and there's a new tool down there. Some of you eagle eyes might notice the little black box down there. There's a brand new tool right about here. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's nothing super special, but it is kind of super special. It's the new MARSHYDRO Smart Humidifier. I was saying just the other day how there's a lot of smart dehumidifiers that read the temperature or the humidity of the room and adjust accordingly to whatever you set its predetermined settings to be. But there's not a whole lot of humidifiers that do that. Most of the standard humidifiers you buy that are for home use are generally, you know, low, mid, high, and for like, you know, 5 minutes, an hour, 3-hour settings, you know, something stupid like that. And that's pretty much all I could find under standard things until you started looking at the smart ones. And there was a couple other brands out there, but I decided to go with what's familiar, and I bought the MARSHYDRO one. So that's what I'm using right now. Here, I'll bring you in and show you. It's actually a pretty neat unit. It's just a little box. There's a bunch of hoses and stuff, like this. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. There's a bunch of hoses like this. There we go. That can accordion out like this, and then there's a thing that you can plug in like that so that you can split it off into a couple of directions and stuff. And then you could run hoses into different areas, so you can have it coming from different areas or something. It's kind of a unique system. It came with quite a few little bobs that I thought were pretty cool. You can set it for your target humidity. Oh, can't see there. You can set this thing automatically for a target humidity, and it does even have a remote. So if it's back far in the tent and it's hard to reach all the time and you want to like turn it off for a minute or something while you're going into the tent, something like that, you can do that with the remote. So now is as good a time as anybody to say thank you to today's sponsor, MARSHYDRO. So if you want one of these super cool smart humidifiers, you can use my name as a code. Save yourself a couple of bucks off of that, or some of their badass lighting, like this stuff up here with the full Adolite setup. I've got the whole ad light set up there with the UVs and the reds and the blues and the ultraviolets and the oh my's. It's quite the setup. Once again, thank you very much, MARSHYDRO. Use my name as a code. There we go. Awesome. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at today. I'll show you close-ups here in a second here, but I think we all know what time it is. Oh, hold on, there's some chat over here. Let me read this. It is 12 p.m. Sunday in Australia. We are having a heat wave kicking back in front of the air conditioning. About to have a joint, smoking on monkey business. A great relaxing strain. Awesome, awesome, Christina. You enjoy that. That sounds like that sounds like a pretty awesome thing. It's kind of cold here. I always get tripped out by the fact that Australia is warm when we're cold and they're cold when we're warm. I always thought that was kind of weird. It's neat, but it's weird. Anyway, y'all know what time it is?
It's dab time, motherfucking dab time, dab time, dab time. Time to take a fucking dab break.
What I've got here is the Blue Dream live resin that we got. Okay, there it goes. I preloaded it for the show just so I didn't have to fart around. It is golden. It looks like golden wet sand. It is beautiful stuff. Very, very gorgeous. Very terpy. Very, very nice, actually. It's bad time. It's bad time. Bad time. Hope we don't have a bad time. Where's this thing at? I'm not wearing my glasses. How long is that? 40 seconds. Come on, get up to temperature. Might be getting low on the wattage. I might have to charge it up or something. It seems to be when it gets low, it takes longer to heat up. Come on now, that's a minute. Usually it takes about 40 seconds. It's absolutely low on juice because it's already at 70 seconds and climbing, trying to heat the bowl. Come on now. Give me that vibration. Say it's good. I'm smoking it anyway. Oh yeah. Holy smokers. That was quite the fucking dab. Whoa. Oh, I know what he meant. Dab time. I was just teasing. I'm very dyslexic. I read dyslexic very well. So the only thing I can really say past the fact that this is a pretty cool humidifier. It's actually a cool humidifier. It uses an ultrasonic disc to agitate the water, to burst it into a vapor rather than boiling it. That's the old way. Although it was a hot steam humidifiers. That's like for when you got like the flu or something. At least that was a thought back in the day. Anyway, back in my day. Anyway, I do got to say one thing though. Use distilled water. I cannot stress this enough. Use distilled water. Why use distilled water? Because tap water has a whole bunch of crap in it that will fucking gunk up your disc and gunk up the insides. You'll get hard water deposits from just mineral, because what it's doing is it can only off-gas the water. So whatever isn't water in there, even if it's just micro amounts of it, whatever's not water in there stays in that bottom tray and slowly starts gunking up that that disc, whatever that makes the burst disc thing, and it gets gunky and hard to clean, and yeah, if you want the longest life of your system, use distilled water. Either get a little water distiller, which is kind of a pain in the ass, I gotta be honest, or just buy a freaking jug of water once a week, man. They don't go through that much water. It's a 1 gallon system, and it's been running for a couple of days now off of that, and it's still not empty yet. So I've also got it set for a fairly low threshold. I'm only getting it set for a 50. It was dropping down into the 40s in humidity in this room, and I didn't want that to happen. So once I plugged this in, I just set it to 50. So it pretty much is on all the time, but it plateaus out once in a while and shuts off. Anyway, whew, man, that was a good dab. Holy smokers. Ooh. Okay, so let's go take a look at what's growing on down here, and then we can start working on kind of fixing what's growing on, because it's not great, it's not awesome, it's okay. Okay, there we go. This one right here, let's get right up close here and I'll show you this one. You can see this one's not doing very well. It's looking pretty shitty. And if you look at it compared to the two backups, you can see why I'm going to swap it out for one of the backups. The backups look better. Not fucking amazing, but better than that. I'm not too sure what happened. The only thing I can think of is that maybe I did a slightly wrong mix with my water feed cycle. I don't know, but 2 of them liked it and 2 of them didn't. This one didn't like it and that one didn't like it. So we're gonna get in here and, oh, I need a pair of scissors of some sort. Where are they? Right here. And just replace these 2 with the backups. And again, that's sort of why we had the backups. Just in case, right? Nope. Here, just pour some of that water in there. Yeah, these got some pretty big old root systems going on in these cubes. Okay, so let me just take these little plastic wrap things off. It's time for them to come off anyway. And I don't care, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, see, it was doing some root. There is some root development happening there. Not a whole lot, but it was going down. But you can see that it just looks like crap, man. It's a yellow crinkly little bugger. It didn't love life very much. Now, I can't guarantee that this one's gonna do a ton better, but I can guarantee that it looks better right now than that one did, and it has a slightly better shot. At least that's what I'm hoping. And again, let's do the same thing for this back one here. You're just gonna have to trust me. I can't get in very close on this one. Like that. There we go. Same thing. Just put this collar back in here. It helps keep moisture in there a little bit and whatnot. There we go. But you can see this one here looks fine. I mean, it doesn't look amazing. It looks a little bit yellow in my opinion, but it's fine. It's alive. It's a week old. It's not loving life too much. And then this one over here is looking again better. And I'm glad to see that I'm not alone, as there was somewhat of a grow with system thing going on here. I just do cocoa and lay fabric pots on heat matters. Yeah, heat. Warm. It wasn't cold in there, but it wasn't warm in that soil. That's definitely true. Maybe I will get that little tiny heater I've got and turn it on a timer so that what are the green things? They're just collars. It's from an old system called the FloraFlex system. They're just collars that have little tiny holes in it so that you can pour water over top of it and it'll kind of spread water evenly over everything, and it just kind of helps trap moisture on the soil a little bit and keeps algae from growing on the top of the cocoa because it's shading it a little bit. At least that's my idea. Could my pH be off? It could be. Yeah, that's why I said I was going to redo my watering thing. I dumped my water jug that I had pre-mixed. I tried to use it for maybe too long. I don't know. It looked good when I frickin' tested it at first, but we all know things can swing sometimes, so I don't know. Anyway, also, as I said, there was a bit of a grow along thing here. We got a couple of people that at least, we got 2 submissions as of today for other people that are growing along with. So here's Uppa Joe's submission posted on the Discord. And his is looking about the same as mine. Look at that. So I don't feel too bad. It's a little bit yellowed. I think he's just doing a soil system. But it looks, you know, fine. I'm sure it'll be just fine and make it. So there's Uppa Joe's. And then we got Red Hulks down here. Boop. Again, little tiny baby plant. You know, that looks like cocoa to me. That looks like cocoa fibers if I had to guess. But I do not know. Anyway, both of theirs were planted within a day or 3, you know, difference between mine in here. So we're all looking about the same right now. We're looking at about a week since being planted. So I don't feel too bad or nothing. Yeah, I was gonna water it, and I just realized I dumped all the water. I don't have a setup of water right now. So I'm not using the AIRCUBE brain setup, this thing yet. It's all set up and good to go. All I need to do is fill this reservoir with more water. It's just got some water in it right now. Nothing special, nothing nutrient dense, just water at the moment. Anyway, I'll fill it up more. It's only got about this much water in it right now. I'll fill it up almost full, about 80% full or something. And then once these plants get about, 2 weeks old, once they get like visually about this tall, once they got a couple of sets of leaves, I will turn on the system and they will just keep them watered. And I can adjust how many times a day it feeds them, kind of thing. And I think they'll do just fine. Because they always have these systems. The system really likes it. I'm just having a bit of a hard time getting the babies happy in the early cocoa stage. That's why I'm using the ROCKWOOL cube things. because I'm just struggling a little bit, because when you're dealing with soil, soil has like trace elements of nutrients and basic, you know, some biology in there, and the plants can pull off of those minerals and biology from the soil, whereas cocoa is basically like styrofoam. You got to think of it as like nothing. It's cocoa pellets. It has no nutrient value in its own. So you have to add it to the soil, and you got to be fucking bang on. So it's just a bit different than what I'm used to. I'm watching that thing turn on and off. That thing just turned back on. That's pretty cool, man. I grow in a cold shed in UK, added a heated mattress topper, and they grow rapidly. All right. I've got a little heater. Is what I'll do is I only run, these are AUTOFLOWERS, and I run all of my AUTOFLOWERS on the same cycle, and kind of have for a while. I run it on a 20 on and 4 off. So 4 hours of darkness and 20 hours of light. For AUTOFLOWERS, that's pretty dang maxing it out, if you ask me. It is good to give them some darkness. Maybe even if you wanted to only during flowering stage, during the last half of their life cycle, you could go 24 hours during their veg and it wouldn't hurt them. But it is a proven fact that trichomes do a little bit more development in some dark periods. So if you can give it some dark periods, you're going to get a little tiny bit better of a result. I can't quantify how much, but better is better, if I'm not mistaken. So, another topic I want to bring up real quick is I got approached by a merch company. They're called The Fourth Wall. They're a pretty big merch company. They do Philip DeFranco's merch, a bunch of other YouTubers. I'm drawing blanks on names right now. He's the one that pops in my head right away. They're a little bit more on the expensive side, I will say that, compared to my old shirt companies that I had doing my merch. But I've struggled with quality with my old merch companies in the past. So let me know in the comments section, excuse me, if like the dabbed out shirts, maybe the logo and the dab B shirts and stuff, and maybe the bunny with the bong sticker thing, were desirable shirts in the past. If I were to check out this new merch store, it would be a little bit of an increase compared to the old merch, but we're not talking a huge increase. It was like maybe $5 to $10 more than the other ones, but it was notably more though. I mean, when you're talking about the margins on shirts, it's a lot. I only set it to like make $5 a shirt or something like that, and it's still like $40 Canadian. I'm like, shit, that's a lot for a fucking shirt, or $35 or something like that. I don't know. I'm gonna check them out. They're a lot better quality. I'll see. It doesn't hurt for me to give it a try. I guess there's no money out of my pocket. It's all about what they print. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out soon. So I'll let you guys know more about that soon. But let me know if anybody has had any experience with that company in the past and has anything good or bad to say. I'd like to hear from you guys in the comments about that. Excuse me. I don't feed for the first 2 weeks. That's what I was thinking, giving them a little Emerald Harvest stuff that I'm more familiar with, giving seedlings as if it was soil. Whereas this new batch stuff is powerful shit, and I think maybe my ratios were potentially off, or it is pH perfect stuff. It's supposed to hold the pH pretty dang good, but I wished I had tested the pH before I chucked that water earlier. I did it this afternoon when I was doing a bit of maintenance in here. Yeah, bummer. I wish I had checked that, because that's a really good choice, or a good thing I should have checked. Even at 90 Fahrenheit room. Yeah, it is currently low 70s in this room, but I have the lights turned off. When the lights are turned on, which we could probably switch back on now. Turn that one back on. Yikes. Timer, turn that one back on. Boom. And just like that, you guys are blind. I like this new setup, man. This whole thing is pretty darn cool. I had to get over here. You can see there's a new brain, a new MARSHYDRO brain. This is the 43 smart controller, and then I got the hub over here that controls the hub. iHub is like a big power bar that's designed. It's labeled with infrared, blah 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 blah, so that you can set it all up and run all these freaking Adalite things like perfectly. There's a whole bunch of other ways you can do it DIY. You don't have to use this system, but this system is designed for it, and it is really, really easy once you hook it all up. And I like it. It was a 60 bucks for that, 60 bucks for that. I mean, it adds up, but use that code. You know where it is, right here. Save yourself some money. Okay, everybody. That's all I got. I got to go eat some dinner. I'm getting hungry. I was playing games all day today, and I'm probably going to play some more games tonight. Well, not all day, but for most of this afternoon anyway. I get all my shit done in the morning, and then I can frickin' fuck around all evening. Anyway, have a good one, everyone. I'll see you sooner than later, I'm sure. If not, I'll see you Sunday. 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time is the official new timing. I know that it's been kind of a little bit off all over the place. Time change, blah, blah, blah. 12 o'clock noon Pacific Standard Time. I'll see you there. Peace. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Cheers.